as far as I'm concerned, AGN since has been so important. And when I'll just announce AFA. AGN is a very big organization that needs good leadership. But you find out that now some of the people that are finding themselves in the corridors of power in AGN are people who are not stable. A lot of people are behaving like the African leaders, sit-tight leaders. They want to be there forever. And when they be there, they don't want to do the right thing. Making a movie is like performing a surgery in the theater. If you make any single mistake, it will spoil everything. So that is why AGN today should be led by people who have integrity. The first time I became national champion, national heavyweight champion was in Korean ambassador in 1993. I won in the heavyweight category and became the national champion. Then retained the championship the next year. So I was about 8 times national champion before Chika Chukwumerije. But all the same, he's from me. He's one of my people that trained under me.
Trainees.
When he was in Unizik. So he going to Olympics is like me going to Olympics.
Yes.
Yes. Our people are running away from Africa every day, seeking greener pastures in Europe. How can you seek greener pastures in Europe when there is no green pastures in Europe for a black man? We pay that visa fee and still go to Europe to serve as second-class citizens, and they treat our people anyhow. They turn our people to another thing. Staying in front of a statue, maybe statue of Virgin Mary, to pray. In our worship Virgin Mary. It's a strong memory. People tend to retain what they see than what they hear. So, now statue, singing statue Jesus Christ. That doesn't mean no to Apple, that statue ka Jesus so de. More no to Apple Mary ka Mary di. Mana, but you abone put for that statue. Mary abatagi no obi. Image is a physical representation of something that is spiritual. When you talk about physical appearance of a human being, it is a different ball game when it comes to the spiritual appearance of that person. If you are a priest out there, if you have a parish out there, if you are one of the leaders of Catholic Church out there, I want you people to address this issue. A situation whereby mmadụ attacks bandi befa. Si na obu na ikworo nka ndị ụka amambia kwa onya. Kedu ife gbasa ndị ụka na tax onye nwụrụ anwụ eche mmodize ya na Chukwu. Obu na mmadụ nwụ, obu na ọ da akwụgo ụgwọ n'ụlọ ụka. Ya dibara ya na Chukwu. Olu Chukwu said, look, you didn't pay your this thing. Kefi na kwa ejidezi ndị ndo nwere their own problems to solve. Why are you holding them? Onye nwa anwụ ejebe goli. Olubego Chukwu, obu na o mere efe dị mma Chukwu edebe ọnọdụ ọ ga-anọ. Ọbụkwa na o mere efe dị mma Chukwu edebe ọnọdụ ọ ga-anọ. So ọ dịrị ọlụ ndị ụka ije address by the issue of a dead person. Ije transfer the levies or whatever he or she is owing to the living. That is one thing Catholic Church does that is bad. I have to tell you verbatim. Don't give stress to people who are alive. When they na pata check agbakosi ega di too much. O na emefafa na ebe akwa. Iche no maka onye nwu nke na ebe akwa. Ma no maka etu egesi wee mechapo mfifele n'iru ka na ebe akwa. So please, we need to call a spade and not a garden fork.
Then can you tell us about your faith?
Oh, Catholic can neje. And then, if you're not a Catholic, you may miss something. A lot of people know so many things about Catholic Church, but Catholic Church is the church. You don't need to start complaining. Maybe it's not this priest Emeka, this priest Emeka. No, it's not your business. Just be in the congregation. It's your church. Do your own part so that nobody can say, okay, this church is good from your character. Catholic Church, the well organized and orderly. Church ndi nke ni na for Pentecostal churches are mmadụ. O nwere ike Gio na-achị ịnwụ onye nwe ya na-adịrọ dị capable to become the general overseer. O nwere ike ọ bụrụ onye na-adịrọ dị inclined to religion. Onye ya maka the family business will continue. Mana ọ dịrị otu na Catholic Church. Ịpụrụ banye n'ụlọ ụka bụ ebe bụ n'ọkụ ọchịchọ ka a na-eme wetata itinka ma na onye nsogbu. So I am very proud to be a Catholic. Staying in front of a statue, maybe statue of Virgin Mary to pray. I mean, on in our worship Virgin Mary. Oh, a memory, it's a strong memory. People tend to retain what they see than what they hear. Do you understand? Opunia, I call you something. I call it Nuananti. The memory will not last. Someone cannot teach for man. If the memory will retain. Or got daughter can your brain because if for some people they are about their parents and want a statue of their father. Debe. In as a make worship with your father, no? Okay, we name memory. I say, Nam. Ilotekwa. Every time you get that, Ilotekwa. Open in our worship here. So now statue. Singing statue Jesus Christ. That doesn't mean no to Apple, that statue ka Jesus so de. It might not be that way. More no to Apple Mary ka Mary di. Mana, but you been able for that statue. Mary abatagi no obi. You remember, na nkwa nwaanyi bu Chukwu n'afọ wee mụọ ya.
Ese na oburo na the image bụ otu aka ọ dị. you know, that it is more like a remembrance, right?
Yes.
Obro no exactly onye ese be ha.
Exactly.
No a remembrance. So more like the image is more like a representation.
Representation.
Okay, now let's go there now. Why can't we have a black representation of Virgin Mary that represent Virgin Mary as black people? We know that Virgin Mary is not an European, but we have the European version of it. We have the other version of. Why can't we have a black representation of Virgin Mary? What do you have to say about that?
The Bible said that God made us in His image. What is image? Image is a physical representation of something that is spiritual. When you talk about physical appearance of a human being, it is a different ball game when it comes to the spiritual appearance of that person. This body will go in 6 feet and decay, but the spirit, the real man inside it, will never die. If you want to build a black statue of Virgin Mary, so long as they call a Virgin Mary, not Mama Jesus, it becomes it for you.
Thank you.
Anytime you follow, ilote Virgin Mary, Molo Jesus.
Thank you.
In the spirit, when you bring out somebody's spirit,
yes.
Spirits don't take form. For example, everybody if you got football, balana red. Or on you get woman anacha white, more balana black, more blue, or red. In the spiritual realm, and what they had a black man and what they had a white man. No, my candidate Japata say Jesus black man. Oh, but a black man, uncle. Imegi hosigime. Okay, imam me hosigime, makanobo black man or makanobo white man. Open white man or see gaze no ezuna no rap goody or sige for muddy beginner for goody muddy beginner rap more black man or white man megody folk before you could be more black more white. So in a little beg open it choke or Jesus corner black boy corner black you put or Jesus or your own Jesus if you rotate that Jesus dinner Bible wag sigin there nigga for muddy beginner or to see for beginner. The more important. The statue is not very important. So Bible mention the relevant. The problem is that people are chasing shadows. They are if I chase and I chase it for now. Rosary, this chaplet, it go be aboni boy in agria only concentration. And by the time you're reciting the mysteries, and we're 20 decades, and we're 5 decades, by the time you recite 20 decades, you have gone through the Bible. You understand? You can go through the New Testament. So many people today they use a handkerchief as some. I don't want to mention names. As a apatasino GO. Oh, brosio FIFA. Okay, get money well. Stickers GO. Modern moto dan ni modo nke Virgin Mary. I can't care. Okay, money modo. Okay, onye mo kwana gini ana eba anu mapu. Oputa obanya private jet. Name miliki. Unu tukosi ali ego. But I'm not. Let me not go there. About Nigeria. Only for the Bible, and as prayers of the saints. Mary is a saint. Abria.
Yes.
She can also pray for us. Prayers of the saint. Now Revelation, now we're there. John on the island of Patmos. When I see that now, he saw the prayers of the saint moving up like an insect, like smoke to heaven. Meaning that the prayers are not.
Yes.
All prayers of the saints. That's according to the book of Revelation.
Yes.
Mary is a saint. So when you say Holy Mary, Mother of God, or no, bro, Mother of God,
pray for us sinners.
Pray for us sinners now and at the world. Oh, bro, if it's wrong with it. So where is it worship? And look, worship. But now when they appear with FIFA, a war bala fesania say tata ina apu chebanye na azanye. Oh, he's talking to that statue. Oh, no, ne pata na pochuku. You need to do fesabo bala because the ultimate sacrifice has been made, which is Christ on the cross. Ije fesabo ko bala ni for the man ni Jews ya juna nka babu ne kumaka. So that's the query on that one. And onye sikwa na ogbo eluteria.
Onye chopu onwe ya na ogbo asuna na ogbo eluteria.
You must see that now somebody who is praying through Mary is not coming direct. When Christ said that, come to me direct, going through Mary is straight direct. Or direct contact. So there was a time Catholic Church wasn't any streamline the Bible. They don't want everybody to get the Bible. So many people counted it against them. Spiritually, I found out that not when the Bible or the rampant with the obayala dikita. Before na Catholic Church say me put a watch ali obele kuzi ndị mmadụ during the Sunday otago. Echikwa ewepụta kwa ọzọ. Onye go maka ya akọwalụ gị ọfụma, kọwatuo ya ọfụma. Mana at a point, Bible, this is the onye nwere inwe ike banafia golu Bible. Igolo igwo interpret otu ichon. Onwe ndị na moro English language, they will still read the Bible and become pastors. But they don't even know that language, that Bible. Oh, for one guy, pastor. For one guy, just call them more and come and come. Meanwhile, ha otari hede. That is why Catholic Church is there and have come to last. Because they are priests. Onye ọbụla ifukwa abụ fada, nwanne ejikwa na speed rush ya, is knowledgeable. Don't underrate any priest. Anybody Catholic Church kpọpụta si na onye abụ fada, chie ya fada, nwanne rush na onye rush. Danye. The person, there is something about that person. You say no, onye ọbụla je seminary na chifada. I went there na ajụ na ha man chifada. Because I watch you go for one or two things. But onye ọbụla succeed the bolo fada. All the dangerous somebody person. You can't borrow somebody got rush. You will keep your put your name and why your bet. He knows a lot. He is wise spiritually and physically. Some of them will use it in a wrong way. Some of them will use it to do the right thing. When Father say the bad or the bad, and when he cross wire me minagi. You catch it good or they are very good. So, but the most important thing is that they are well trained. And when you have an organization with members who are well trained, just like United States Army, these guys are well trained. Okay, so they know their onions. Unlike every but in a half hazard, every say, this one is not necessary. In any kunja. That thing no go last. A lot of people will break out from there, and before you know it, the thing will fall and go down the drain.
Mgbe ipe champion anyị na-afụcha ndị na-chaplet manaka, ichalu ring, rosary, ichalu scapula. Yes, ode ha adịm afụzi ya that much. Amakwụmla si mfo onye yi scapula n'onu. So ka ihe na-cause this kind of development now? Ka ifili na-cause ya?
The world is dynamic. Things keep changing. Do you understand? When things change, what we need to do is to adapt to the changing circumstances. Do you understand? So now, why not have our social media? You can wear millions of followers na social media. Ibulukwa geo because you open ikuka those followers gana ewe. And we can when few of them guys simba question what you're saying, but majority of them will follow what you're saying. Or if what on tattoo now. You understand? Because of technology, okay, technological advancement. It's a welcome development. And now, nke Oka, the madi no PC, I will blame the priests and the bishops. Because when some certain things that will not be people friendly, the mother also, or people will start challenging you. Like when some things, I kept saying it. If a church name, if you are a priest out there, if you have a parish out there, if you are one of the leaders of Catholic Church out there, I want you people to address this issue. A situation whereby madon attacks bandi befa. Sino obu na ikworo nka ndi ụka amambia kwa onya. Kedu ife gbasa ndị ụka na tax onye nwụrụ anwụ eche mmodize ya na Chukwu. Ọ bụ na mmadụ nwụ, ọ bụ na ọ da akwụgo ụgwọ n'ụlọ ụka. Ya dibara ya na Chukwu. Olu Chukwu said, look, you didn't pay your this thing. Kefi na kwa ejidezi ndị dendo where their own problems to solve. Why are you holding them? I think it's an area the church needs to look into to change because it's not people friendly. Mmadụ dendo na eje ụka, ọ da akwụ ụgwọ. It is left for him and God. Ọ dịkwa mma mmadụ ịkwụ ụgwọ n'ụka, but iman jizi ya hold ndị dendo at ransom. Ọ bụ na ịrapụ onye nwụrụ anwụ n'iniri, ọnọdụ bụ ule sibisi and all ndị ndụ ka ọ ga na-esi. Onye nwụrụ anwụ ejebe goli, olubego Chukwu, ọ bụ na o mere efe dị mma, Chukwu edebe ọnọdụ ọ ga-anọ. Ọ bụkwa na o mere efe dị mma, Chukwu edebe ọnọdụ ọ ga-anọ. So ọ dịrị ọrụ ndị ụka ije address by the issue of a dead person. Ije transfer the levies or whatever he or she is owing to the living. That is one thing Catholic Church does that is bad. I have to tell you verbatim. It's bad. We need to look into it. I think what the best thing to do is Obuna onya nwo kama sisi o man benefit o nwe ka obuna na onwe ha na enyegasi ase amanye family ifa because na okwuru ụgwọ n'ụlọ ụka mana ọbụkwa ma enyi ya si mee the right thing to be ha tinye that na obuna this man akwuru ụgwọ maybe na onwe ha na emelu ndị kwuru ụgwọ si emenali onya mana si nie ya otu ekwesi isi wee ni ya. Don't give stress to people who are alive. When they na-agbapụta check agbakọsi ego adị too much ọ na-emefafa na-ebe akwa iche na maka onye nwe nke na-ebe akwa ma na maka etu ego esi wee mechapụ onwe fifele n'iru ka na-ebele akwa. So please, we need to call a spade and not a garden fork.
Before you buy any land or property, make sure you are buying from a government-registered and reputable real estate company, and I recommend Pine Leaf Estate and Properties Limited.
The United Nations General Assembly that took place around 23rd and 24th of September, some of the African leaders displayed a show of shame during the summit. What did they do? They were arriving with very long convoys and a whole lot of PAs in expensive hired cars, probably from American car hire companies. But their counterparts, like the UK Prime Minister, came with a very small car. He was accompanied by the Norwegian Prime Minister. They were seated in the same car with their briefcase and their files. No PA to follow body. And they were lodged in low budget, bunks, dormitories, hostels. But the African leaders went to high-rise, very expensive 5-star hotels with a whole lot of PAs to follow them. They spent a lot of money. When you look at their convoys, some of the Europeans were like, the German Chancellor arrived on a Benz. Luxembourg, one of the richest economy, arrived very humbly with his normal car. Some of them were arriving in coastal buses, probably provided by the organizers. But African leaders were coming with limousines hired from America. These are money from the public fund. They went to do shopping in expensive supermarkets. So, at the end of the day, during the presentation, these same leaders are asking the Europeans for help, that our people are dying of poverty. The people you went to beg money are managing themselves, and yet they are able to organize the economy. But you, African leader, you spend money on your trip, billions of naira on your trip, or billions of, what do you call this Ghana money? Cedis. You spend it to the detriment of the public fund and the hungry people at home. And yet you have the guts to ask Oyibo to give you help. So that who is fooling who? They will give you loan, fine. They will give you loan, but you will become puppets. When these Europeans give you loan, you as an African leader, if the Europeans give you loan, you become their puppet because they will dictate the tune. He who pays the piper dictates the tune. They will tell you when to hike your fuel price. They will tell you when to devalue your money. They will tell you what to eat. They will tell you what to drink as a medicine, what to eat as a medicine when you get sick, because you are indebted to them. Our African leaders are ready to go to New York and display a show of shame by going to expensive supermarkets to buy things, buy houses, buy even things they don't need. But that's not getting us anywhere. That is why today in Africa, politicians will kill, politicians will maim, politicians will do anything to get to power, because they know that when they get to power, it's to go and settle themselves and their families, and to go to Europe and America and Canada to buy houses and properties, even the ones they will not need.
Kedu ihe du bagna taekwondo? Kedu kis we panye? Kedu kis we interest? And what actually ignited that passion? Kaniru?
Ibana taekwondo. Oge mbido taekwondo bukan n'Enugu. Bido jebe National Sports Festival. Bido continue going to National Stadium. At the end of the day, I became a national champion. The first time I became national champion, a national heavyweight champion, was in Korean Ambassador in 1993. I won in the heavyweight category and became the national champion. Then retained the championship the next year. And so I was about 8 times national champion before Chika Chukwumerije. Sometime he was training with me when he was in Unizik at Mbauku before he took over and went to the Olympics and did a lot of things in Taekwondo.
Give me an Olympics.
I was in the national camp, but Imago, because of politics and all the rest of them, I wasn't able to make it to that Athens.
Who represented Nigeria?
Chika Chukwumerije did.
Okay.
Chika Jezia. But all the same, he's from me. He's one of my people that trained under me.
Trainees.
When he was in Unizik. So he going to Olympics is like me going to Olympics. Yes.
Yes. I agree.
Taekwondo in Nigeria is fast growing. Elizabeth Anyanacho, Bonye representing Nigeria in Olympics na Taekwondo. The girl is 6 foot. If you see the girl, very tall and strong. But Imanolu lose wo to China. China melie. Ndị obodo China enwero Taekwondo.
Abi?
Ndị nwe Taekwondo bụ Korea.
O mana ancha niile na-akpọ ndị a na irufa na dịka iru ni na ebe akwa.
Exactly. Ndị chinkono.
Ndị chinkono.
No fa one with the game. Mana obodo fa with the game. Abịa na Taekwondo bụ Korea nwe Taekwondo. Ndị China nwe Kung Fu. Japan nwe Karate na Judo. There are so many other schools of martial arts like Shotokan, Karate, Aikido, Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu bo the deadly aspect of judo. Imana judo was just sports. Oh, Professor Jigoro Kanu, well, some mild techniques in Jiu-Jitsu. We may obolo judo, bolo sports. So, Taekwondo bu Korea. Tai meaning to punch, Kwon to kick. Do is a way of life. That is a way of punching and kicking. That's what Taekwondo is all about. Why Karate? Kara is empty. Te is hand. That's in Japanese language. Karate is empty hand. And when you call karate, it's not complete. You have to call karate-do so that it becomes an empty hand way of life. That is a way of fighting without weapon. You need your weapon. You disarm karate. Karate-do. Then taekwondo, punching and kicking. way of life. Taekwondo abụrụ maka ịnụ ọgụ. Taekwondo nwere 5 tenets. The 5 tenets of Taekwondo. 5 tenets of Taekwondo na-achị gwa gị now, you can Google it. You can go all over the world. If onwe gị na China today, ijekwula ebe a na-eme Taekwondo, say kedu the 5 tenets of Taekwondo. If a na-achị gwa gị na ka ọ ga-agwa gị. Number 1 bụ courtesy. Number 2, integrity, perseverance, self-control, and indomitable spirit. These are the 5 tenets. And if bụ qualities of a good leader. Do you understand? So, everybody lay emphasis to train the children to get all these 5 tenets. Not even fighting. Fighting is a fringe benefit. Like everybody know now. Inwe kene say, this guy is old now, he's an elderly person. But I'm a mebenge heat. You will stay heat. Do you understand? You will stay heat now. I want to do ogo. Iga no tata. Ki inwe mmeli. Manager no ogo. Wo bitai du igbo mmadu. Ojo ezbo njo.
You are gone.
You are gone. So, what man no ro di ogo?
Avoid it.
Avoid the fight. Use dialogue. So, mashallah, saburo kwa free no. Onye obodo na-akpọta nwa ya na ọka azụ ya ka o jee malatu dialogue. You'll be disappointed because mmesi nwa gị ihe ga-eme ya ọbụrụ ice water. Enwe ke ndị ibe na-etizi ife ọgbọ ha nkịtị. Mana ebe ị ga-eji nwe nwa ahụ bụ na a na-eti ife is equal to that. Onwe ke set obi asa ngwa tibe. Itisigo tikwonu. Itisi ọsị gị yes I can take it. Onwe ke debe iru asa gị ma amụla n'iru. Ayola, you can take it and be fine. Mana ije na ebe ndụ ya dị. Ogosi gị na enwe nke top up.
Agwagị na Aba bụrụ capital of Calabar. Kedu ulu Taekwondo Aba maka parents kịta nwee ike na-achọ ebe ụmụfa ga-eme some kind nwee ike ụfọdụ na-amụgosi ụmụ ha some other talents because kịta onye ọbụla masị na ha na-akụzi na school ezuru ozi to actually form a child. Some people are going for swimming lessons. Some people are going for piano lessons, dance lessons. So, kedu uru ifiri na ga-abalụ nwatakịrị parents need kwa ka ụmụ ha gaa through this Taekwondo of 18. Kedu uru ifiri na ọ ga-abalụ parents of this generation now?
Imana, the world is not a bed of roses. Obodo kpọrọ nkụ. Obodo a need kwa ndị nwe that indomitable spirit. Obintachi. But it's very important for you to survive in Nigeria, you must have indomitable spirit. Outside Indian cause on go yes. Indomitable spirit is very, very important. Madi survive in the over now.
Yes.
Because if I never over there today, Oboni put an complain, it's in come man, go on man, you lose go. You put an complain, make if you get mebu, but you oboni that I for chief pute, follow up, follow suit. Oboro sosoge, boro sobe kodi. Man, no dozia. Beba akwa. Iman eligogi. So you raise your head up and follow up. Taekwondo get megi for buna if no matter the situation, you will find a way to maneuver the obstacle. That's all. Oi for apatana asi na mmili to ju ebe ni na mampoze ap. Ma awakwa from here. Moto park na neba mmili to chige mana ma awa. Just me moto nsu awa. Man complain because na mmili men ka. Anye jiri ugbo mo for buna apata. Mana ga survive. Survival is the deal. Our people are running away from Africa every day, seeking greener pastures in Europe. How can you seek greener pastures in Europe when there is no green pastures in Europe for a black man? I think where we find green pastures are in Africa. Because in Europe, I know that it's white pastures. Have you been to Europe during winter? Everywhere is white. People are gloomy. People are depressed. And yet those people will manage themselves, build their infrastructure and a lot of things and get their own place better. Then we are running away from Africa to go and meet them. When we go there, they turn us into slaves, into another thing. Do you know that some countries now furnish or maybe service their economy with visa fees paid by Nigerians? They use visa fees. Visa fees have run into millions. I tell you that some countries, their 10-year visa is 1.9 million. They use that money to service their economy, build good roads and maintain good things for their people. But we pay that visa fee and still go to Europe to serve as second-class citizens. And they treat our people anyhow. They turn our people to another thing.
Before you buy any land or property, make sure you are buying from a government-registered and reputable real estate company. And I recommend Pine Leaf Estate and Properties Limited.
O tegokwa mfudebe na film mana iru abayengo kedu ihe na-eme na Nollywood now?
Nollywood kita adrozi ka Nollywood mba. Number one is that kita there's a lot of opportunities in Nollywood. AGN is a very big organization that needs good leadership. Only the good leadership, but you find out that now some of the people that are finding themselves in the corridors of power in AGN are people who are not stable. A lot of people are behaving like the African leaders, sit-tight leaders. Okay, they want to be there forever. And when they be there, they don't want to do the right thing. Some of these guys go as far as collecting money from unsuspecting youths, collecting the money, and at the end of the day, you don't give them anything. Maybe you organize a seminar or maybe a workshop and say you are inviting a lecturer from Uniport, you are inviting a lecturer from Unizik and all that. It is not enough. When you bring these kids together, you take money from them and tell them to come and participate in a training. When they go there, at the end of the day, you give them a certificate of participation, which is not enough. It's high time we started training our people, really. There are some people who can be trained in being behind the camera, and some people who are going to be trained in being before the camera. And the location people, there's a lot of things that is involved. You don't just, it's not an area where you just say, okay, anyhow. No. Making a movie is like performing a surgery in the theater. If you make any single mistake, it will spoil everything.
Yes.
So that is why AGN today should be, led by people who have integrity, people who have courtesy, people who have self-control, perseverance, and indomitable spirit.
Are you talking about AGN national or AGN states?
From national down to state, girls who are invited to locations, unknown locations, and get raped and get maltreated. These are the people who needs this thing, not the people in America. Not to go to America to do film show or whatever, or to do a seminar. No, we don't need it. What we need is to come down to Nigeria, especially Anambra State where it all started. Come back here and develop the people. Go to the villages. You will see people who have been suffering, people who have been trying to put themselves together to get something. Help them to grow. It's not all about going to America. Every day I see AGN officials going to America. What are you doing? What are you doing in America? What are you doing in America? Bring it down home so that the people here, if you go to the streets, you will see them. Some of them will be in pockets, shooting their kids. Come down here and develop them. What are you doing in America? American people are already developed. If you go there, learn it and bring it down here. I want to see things happening down here. I want to see our kids down here get developed in acting and all the rest of them. So please, if you are an official of AGN, retrace your steps. Stop going to America.
I'm na AGN na registration and everything. And then what the impact on the actors? Ke here igas na hajia emepute.
Abia de ikwu ụgwọ. Onwekwa onye ga-abịa ịpụta na ịchọ ịba na organization. Ịma nkwu ụgwọ. Ị ga-akwụ ụgwọ. Kama na people who are fixing that organization should not lay emphasis on the ụgwọ a na-akwụ. Ụgwọ a na-akwụ should be a fringe benefit or commitment. Ọ bụrụ ọzọ apụtazịa, ọ bụrụ na ife GN na-eme bụ ịna registration fees, akwụ ụgwọ nka, burial levy and all that. It's not what it's supposed to be. Actors Guild is a guild. It needs to protect the interest of its members and develop its members. A guild is not supposed to be calling people to come and register. It is when people see what the guilds are doing for its people, then they will want to join. As far as I'm concerned, AGN since has been so important. And when I'll just afa.
Can you feel like an Hollywood, the urge of everybody wanting to be in front of the camera? And what's on your crew where body here? And what's your choiable costume? The crew now, the kahana, was also on your choiable star. Kedo, why do you think such thing? And then, up to you, is it a welcome development? Ganiru?
A welcome development. Nima to tabo. AGN, Producers Guild, Directors Guild, and all the rest of the guilds. Fade me fafa kwesi ime. Obuna fade me fafa kwesi ime. Ifuna again when they put DOPs. Ina ifuna obodo nwe kodi. Inodo to ane Zubi Michaels one ebukole ego niile. Inodo na azu kamera. Inodo azu kamera eme gini. I ga agbapata n'iru ka isolu bulukwu ego. Zubi Michael akaga act film. So oburu na they will be able to understand that nigga make kwego behind the camera. Kedu ka ị we bịa na obodo ifu na onwere onye na-akọwa anything ịpụta debe mmadụ behind the camera nwere ida akwụ ụgwọ ọbụla. And those guilds, maybe they were producers guilds or cameramen's guilds or whatever, they are not doing anything to improve the life of those cameramen, to improve the lives of those location managers, to improve the lives of those costumiers and all the rest of them. How do you expect people to be there? They will run away. They will become endangered species. They will run. Before you know it, if you take camera, you say, man, you get your camera on automatic. It's a camera, act, say, for na before you know it, you know ka ha lụta kamera ga-abụ pia ka o jiri aka record bazia AI. For na chigo. Mana ọ dịrọ mma. So ndị guilds men ifu no kwesị ime. Gwa cameraman ya je training. Cameraman je training na ọ mara ife ọ na-eme. Ọ ma na ọ ga-eme nwe ego from camera.
Yes.
Then gị nwa na-akpọkwa ya ọrụ ịkpọ ya ọrụ kabarụ kwụọ ya ezigbo ụgwọ.
Yes.
Kwụọ ya ụgwọ because ọ bụrụ without the cameraman onye nọ n'iru na act nonsense. Ọ nwere onye ga-control kwa kamera. Ịma na a na-akpụ AI ama mmekwa kamera ka mmadụ nọ need mmadụ ga-direct the camera ga-control ya. AI ama lụsị ọrụ a maybe si na set camera jeza n'iru act ba AI anọ na for everything. No. Oman di natural, oman di organic. Look somehow.
AI nwa obatakuku na Nollywood.
AI din everywhere kitan. Mani man onwe efe AI ama me AI nwe limitations.
Codable artificial intelligence.
Of course. Onwe some things oma me. Because mmadụ chukwu kele eke nwe eke ogagide eke ọka now. Opụtara na this junction o change your mind ya. Sikambulugodu uzo ja mo bia before njebe eke ọka. Mana i program AI ojebe eke ọka ojebego.
A na-egbugoro mmadụ na eke ọka.
Ojebego eke ọka asụkwa ya bụ na mmiri eli eke ọka. Ọ ga-ejegide ebe ọpọ mmiri eli ya dia because i program gị na ebe aka ọ na-eje. And mmadụ program. Finally, I am a program onwe. Or if it garbage in, garbage out. It's a human being that programs it. A programmer and organize that question ni nigga. You always think you or they confused. And we can AI not now. You what your AI on kid na WhatsApp na phone. Now you question open eju or zagi question open eju or zagi mana. You can see AI please. What is obiaja or what is idezuna or they confused mama. Because of matter if I be a location somewhere that they're captured, he doesn't know it. Ozapa gị for ọzọ ma ọ sị gị that no sorry no man treating with this issue. Ọ ka o ji bụrụ AI. Mana mmadụ ga-asị obi aja bụkwanụ ị na-esi uke na-eje n'obi na ọ nwere alụsị dị ebe a ị gafesị anya gbagozi pụta ụzọ ị ga-esi je alụ. Ọ mmadụ ga-azị ya AI amaza nwe ya. So ndị mmadụ na-echekwa na AI bụ everything. AI abụrụkwa everything. AI nwere limitations. And AI mislead ya ga-egwu ga-adị. So AI ama replacing normal organic human thinking. Chukwu dị egwu. Don't try God. God is wonderful.
Ị nwere akọ pụrụ iche ịchọ ka ụwa nọ. Ị nwere ife dị n'obi ịchọ ikwu gbam. Ị nwere ife dị omimi ịchọ ka onye ọbụla malụ. O nwere akala aka izole ezo ịchọ ka ụwa fụ na ị nwere passion for. Bịa na gbam ka ụwa nụ onu iyi. Ị nwere business ịchọ ịkwụnye n'ọkụ. O nwere product ịchọ ka o soro na gbam. Ịchọ ka ife ị na-ele, ife ị na-eme na-aga as viral as gbam. We are here for you. Contact the number on your screen. Kai kunya ino koke for non neme. Adamu aka. Gbam is the biggest Igbo interview in the world. Come and find out for yourself. Thank you.